Okay, let's go ahead and get started with this. Finally play again. It's good to be back on my pads. Playing at Deuces was fun, but definitely not the kind of thing you want to play on regularly if you don't have to. Because it is what it is. Just to fool around and warm up, we're going to keep going with this. We were messing around with mods yesterday. Kind of enjoying playing Under Attack and Drop. Oh my god, that is so dark on this screen. Like, I actually cannot fucking see it right now. That's you. So yeah, I guess it's just specifically our monitor. Because I could definitely see the options better. Yeah.
Gameplay makes it kind of.
Yeah, because I could definitely see it better at Tusa's place. Hi, Box. Hi, Regen. Hope y'all are doing well. Yeah, unless your home is shit. Unless your home is crap. Yep. I'm having fun doing this as a moment. It's definitely at least interesting, because I have to actually mentally try.
Wow! New record!
Yeah, like, it's kind of funny because, like, Tusa's sensitivity on his pads, like, the pads were fine sensitivity-wise, but they feel so franken. Like, the feeling is so weird. I played X a little bit yesterday on Double. We can do X for like a couple songs. But like Under Attack Drop definitely makes me really work, even on a freaking 9. Like, yeah, that was the score I got yesterday. I struggle more with this than 24s. Yeah, Richard, I'm glad you've actually been able to get some playtime. No, this is probably a bad idea knowing Avilux's like lower chart track record, but we're gonna do it anyways because I like the song. I ran a turn modem. I'll fix that. Feeling. Let's do this. Oh god, I can't read that at all! Nope! Nope. Completely lost at the end. Completely lost at the end. That's also really hard for a 9 at the end.
Easy.
Alright, let me... I hate that Discord does not do this automatically now.
It's like a lot.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Light Alexis counts, wait,
Like I said, I was doing this because I love the song, not because I knew the chart. Now, to be fair, the chart isn't bad. It's just a little weird. But the ending is really hard for a 9. Well, I've never actually seen Lacrimosa D9, so this will be a sight read. So, real sight reading right here. Those are throwing me off badly. I know, these are just like so difficult when you actually have to like think. Like doing it on under attack and drop at the same time is actually really tough to read. Because you have to completely reverse. For me, I'm reversing 17 years of muscle memory and reading. I do this every once in a while, but not enough to like actually maintain it. And there's not a lot of 9s. Let me try 10. Good song, so even if I botch this, it'll at least be fun. have no idea how I'm full comboing. Damn it! I reversed my jumps. Almost got off the wrong arrow for a second.
What?
Damn. Damn. I think I failed because of the ending. Yeah.
Way to go!
Just was reversing the jumps too much. Like I said, it's really hard to break your muscle memory. Here, we'll do 1X for box, because he's got an X. But definitely not on drop runner attack. If I can freaking find it on here. Where's X? Diagonally.
Level 10. Level 12.
I could probably do a 12. I could probably do like Force of Raw. I've got enough practice with Force of Raw. Let's see how this goes. God, this is way harder than I remember. Ugh. Any cross patterns are really tough. I mean, yeah, I should put it slower, but this is already only 360, which really says a lot. It also just doesn't help that I don't play XF to process.
Game over.
Like, I thought 360 would have been okay, but apparently that's not the case. Alright, enough of that. Yeah, now I can reset my marks. Alright, so I need to practice my actual set. So we're gonna do that.
It didn't change to AV.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't reset it that way.
But before it did reset to 3.
Well, not anymore. Not anymore. Anyways. So we need to practice my actual SGDQ set. I've already got my 20 songs picked out, so we need to play all of them. No matter how much I don't want to play the last one right now. But gotta have a bass line.
Series difficulty zone level 10. Level 16.
So we're just gonna go through start to finish here, see what happens, and then we're just gonna practice from there. I probably need to play community challenge stuff today, and we'll work on more of this later. But we need to at least play. So this will be my opener because it's lively, it's summertime. This is a good way to like start. It's mostly just kind of streamy, not overly turny, so Haru and the other commentators can focus on getting the basics out of the way for explanation. I think this will be a good one to start with. That I need something easy to warm up on. Because I'm going to be cold by the time I play this. That'll be a good, easy warm-up. Yeah, I know it's going to be late on your time, so I wouldn't worry too much, but if you can make it, that'd be great.
Absolutely perfect!
But yeah, when we saw that it was accepted onto the games list, we kind of expected it to be like a primetime slot because dance games get big. Like, dance games are pretty big in that regard.
Level 16, level 18.
And Tatsudaira. So this is going to be a good contrast with the last one because there's going to be a lot more turning. Especially since it's a really hard 18, but I'm surprised they haven't re-rated to 19 yet. Talk about gimmicks. This will be the first song of the slowdown. Yeah, that's how it is when you don't play frequently. So I know it's going to be a struggle there. honestly surprised that hasn't been re-rated to 19 yet. That's even harder than, say, You Got Me Rocking.
Absolutely perfect!
Yeah, that one does not really let up on stamina either. Especially as it gets faster and faster.
Next stage.
I can do that. Yeah, sorry those on YouTube. No requests. This is all strictly practice for SGDQ next month. And afterwards, maybe, but probably not. We don't have requests that often anymore, so. Mostly because I'm trying to focus.
Level 18.
Alright, next.
Level 19.
So, part of the reason I picked this next one is only so she could say it for me. Like I said, that's part of the reason. It is. For Americans, yes.
Okay.
Level 19.
Anyways, we have to keep going for more gimmicks anyways. So, let's play this. I don't play single that often, that's why I need to kind of like play it now. It's also a great time to talk about forced double stepping. Yeah, I just hadn't played in a while. Yeah, sometimes it can be good to have something bad happen to force you into the other mode and force you to play something.
Next stage.
The grate was sloppy at the beginning and the mist was just me not hitting a bracket cleanly. That's okay. We can play that more as we go, but that's still fine.
Level 19, level 20.
Take out. This is actually not something I've played that often lately, and I know the slowdown's kind of a pain in the ass to actually read. They still didn't fix that note, by the way. just left this chart untouched. No, this is a half BPM, which is not right. So they definitely touched it. I freaking hate that run so much. It's so awkward, the way it moves. Dang it, BPM. Yeah, I hate that slowdown too.
Unbelievable! You're the best!
Like, it starts for a while and then it just decides not to. Yeah, not BPM's best in that regard. It's a shame because the rest of the chart's fine. No, because D22 is fine. I'm just blaming BPM on just rushing it. BPMs. Everything is BPM except D23. Everything is BPM except D23 for this one.
This was not initially.
No, it was 1.2. Which makes it even worse because that means it was released after D22 was shown in the game at least once. Because it was still playable in a music train. So, we'll kick BPM about that later.
Level 20, level 21.
This one I'm definitely going to be getting a lot of practice on because this is a very variable chart. Ever since I got new pads, I've always been bad at this chart. Things are easier on old pads, strangely enough.
Unbelievable! You're the best!
Hey, guys. Right. Let me buy him back just for the weekend. For one chart. Anyways. Things happen. But that's why we practice.
Game over!
That is exactly why we practice. That's why I'm only playing one foot switch chart. And I think Loki's a good enough one for that. Because it's a good song. It won't wear out its welcome. Like, I don't need more dubstep, so that's why I decided against Headless Chicken, and Final Audition's not really an exciting song for an event like this, so I figured Loki was the best chance for that. Alright, continuing on.
New series. Difficulty zone level 10. Level 22.
One of my favorite charts in this folder, thankfully. Definitely one of the coolest. Both 22s are BPM charts in here. No, we're not doing requests. And if y'all keep asking for requests, I'm going to time y'all out or ban y'all.
What is this person?
I don't know, there's just been a wave of people doing this lately. I don't understand. Anyways, point is, don't ask. Because I'm not going to do them. Well, I have to remember how to do that on YouTube. We can do that during a break. Anyways, let's do this first. Why did I do it that way?
Absolutely perfect!
Heh, right. Anyways, it's fine.
I guess I just put that for overall.
As much as I enjoy playing this chart, I might swap it out. I think for a showcase, probably not.
Next
Would you
stage.
want to play on?
I could. I probably will now that you've mentioned it. Because I'm legitimately good at that. Yep. Because I'm legitimately good at that.
I know.
We'll think about it.
Well, if you want the memes, there's always Slapos.
No, I don't want this. I don't need more memes. I've got enough memes. The next song is already a meme. And while I'm playing it. I went way past it. It was supposed to still be in originals. Way past that. There you go. Extravaganza D278. My favorite. this I can spin fine.
Absolutely perfect!
Kind of tripped at one point, so I need to be careful. Because I did kind of trip over myself in one run. Not too bad though.
Next stage.
I'm pretty much doing that for the spin.
That's what I wrote down.
It's good to have anyways, because we need something in this BPM. That'll kind of get me warmed up because everything else from this point forward is 200 plus for singles. So it'd be good to make sure I'm good here.
Level 22. Level 23.
I wasn't sure which.
Haven't played that in a while. Bonk. Yeah, needs
Your
work.
skills are really amazing.
Needs work, haven't played in a while. Le bonk.
Next
My brain
stage.
has le bonk, that's for sure. And it just keeps going up and up from
Level
here.
23. Level 24 over.
Got a decent score on this at least. But can I get close to that is the question.
Game start. Ready. Level 1.
I forgot to put on JT. It's been a while since I got a 0 miss, well 1 miss at the very end. Hi Jess.
That's the way to go.
Okay, that's actually not bad. The miss count's good.
Yeah, if you put JT on, it would have been better on our accounts.
Well, I also just was nervous. Yeah, that's the plan, to do all singles first. Because halfway through this,
Next stage.
this set is divided into singles and doubles. And once all of singles is done, the beginning of doubles starts. And I'm trying to have the blindfold incentive approved, and if so, that will be the first 5 songs of double. Just makes a good flow that way. To be like, yeah, this is technically my rest, but I still have to work really hard. Anyways, hi Jahez, how you doing, sir?
I wonder if you're gonna be hearing us when you play.
Yeah, because I'm going to hear you all over the speakers. I'm not going to have headphones on. I have to listen to whatever's in the auditorium, which means I'm going to hear everything.
It's gonna be hard to
And,
break.
well, guess what? I'm already used to it because of this. Honey, I'm used to it. That's why I do it this way.
Yeah, but not for blindfold.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm used to it. I'm going to have...
Okay. If you
There's
work
a
with it,
reason.
it's good
There's a
for you.
reason I set everything up the way I did. I have reasons for that, and I'm
Well,
used to that.
To be fair, when we played co-op, I didn't really hear the commentators because I was concentrating on playing.
Yep. That's part of being a good showcaser. You have to filter out your commentators if you're just focusing on something else. You have to be able to focus that. Anyways. Oh man. I like doing this one, but it's no less painful. That was really good.
That was good.
That was very good.
Like I even stopped from doing what I was
Yeah, I knew you could do it.
Not bad.
Wow.
Not bad.
New record.
doing. Nice.
Not bad. Yeah, thank you. Really is nice to get a little bit of a raise there and put that up to AAA. It's not my strongest chart, but it's one I really enjoy showing because it's just raw stamina. And then you get to the end, and it's also tech hell. Thank you, sir.
Game over.
Let me take just a short break before we do the doubles. I like it. I think it's a fantastic chart. It's just really hard. I might rearrange stuff in that single set though. So yeah, pretty happy with that. So we're gonna try and have the next 5 songs blindfolded, but I haven't done the blindfold work yet. So that's what a lot of my next month is going to be. Thankfully, Kimchi Fingers I do have blindfolded in the past, or at least on NS. So it's mostly just gonna be reviewing. That one should come back pretty quick. The other 4 songs I need to work. So it's gonna be quite a bit of a memory and memorization required. Okay, let's get started with double set. Yeah, for not playing Ultimatum since I think the last time I did it in a marathon, that was pretty good. I can't remember if the last time I played it was either for Speed 4 back in March, or if it was October GDQ for DRDQ. It was one of the two. I haven't played Ultimatum lately.
Difficulty zone level 17.
Yeah, this will be a good introduction to doubles even with the blindfold on. Because like here, this is how you make doubles very interesting. Because it is very interesting. Silly grape. That's okay.
Absolutely perfect! Next stage.
Oh yeah, Scorpion King is great. Like the freaking Scorpion move, those patterns are fantastic. And that is like one of the coolest charts from that era.
Level 17. Level 19.
Like Scorpion King has great charts that's just held back by the shitty ass sync. Yeah, Crab King. Why eat a king crab when you can eat a crab king? Yeah, it's a perfectly good 16. It's balanced. It is a little hard on the legs, but that's fine for that kind of chart. It's a really, really good chart. And really shows like the creativity when step makers go above and beyond, because we could tell Nimgo really enjoyed working with Scorpion King when he was given that song back in Prime 1. All his charts for it are very unique. And even the D23 added later, I wasn't really a huge fan of it, but I see the use in it, and I've kind of grown to enjoy it. Hopefully this one won't be too hard to memorize. That's partially why I picked Hypercube. But it's also just a great song. For once, I didn't get the grade at the end like I normally do.
Absolutely perfect! Next stage.
Yeah, this song alone will be a big hit just because it's Hypercube. This is the kind of stuff that like they'll get everybody pumped. So that was a big reason for picking it. Aside from also being pretty easy to memorize, probably because it's going to be condensed into half double.
Yeah, and it's also pretty repetitive.
Yeah. It's also just really fun to play. Like, it's not a super flashy chart, but it's a really cool chart to play. I guess for people it'll look flashy when we get to like the anchor run.
Level 20.
Why is this still a 20? I don't know why I did it that way. I've never done it that way in the 8 years of playing this chart. I guess it's closer to 9 now. Same difficulty as Gargoyle. Same difficulty as Gargoyle.
Absolutely perfect! Next.
Like, sure, if you're gonna keep Poseidon at 22, sure, put it below this. But there's no way it's the same level as Gargoyle. No freaking way. There are some nasty ass patterns in this. And it's 10 BPM faster than Gargoyle. Like I said, put it a level under Poseidon, sure. Put it on the same level as Gargoyle, no. I'm pretty sure it's still 22. I don't think that one was uprated. I think like they took the bounce gimmicks out and decided to justify it that way, which did make some difference for me. Because I would not read at 630 like I normally would for that chart because of the bounce gimmicks. They'd throw things off screen for a bit. Yeah, it's hard. It was a hard one.
Level 20, level 19. Difficulty 0. Come on, read your card.
10. So 5 to 10 is how I get there exactly. I will definitely ask y'all to make sure I'm on the right chart before I start. Because there's not going to be like any way to narrow it down to just one chart, so I need to be 100% sure I'm on the right chart. So, move over 5 from difficulty select, 10 songs over, and then move 1 left. That should be right. I mean, if you're not going to get a chance, you might as well meme it out. I'm playing this. I will definitely be memeing it out. It would also be nice if I actually managed to PG this again. I don't do that often. That's by far the hardest part. No, no horse. No horse.
Absolutely perfect!
No horsey. I have played enough horse for like 10 people. No horse. Yasagna lasagna. That's what your tongue is right now, lasagna.
Next stage.
Yasangma had this and Canon D. Not 2. 2 is Caprice of DJ Otada 2. Yeah. That's what I call it.
So this was, yes, number 1 was 8-bit and 10 and T.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
regular computers? 8-bit?
Nope, it's 8-bit. Because that was the first time you heard it. Because you didn't have access to block game at that point. So it got people wondering, like, why is this here? Because this was like in like Harina or something, or Barharm. It's something before you get to Morrigan. And you couldn't access block game until after Ice Palace
Well, you
anyways.
tell me, and I got to Origin way
Well,
more than needed.
That's because that's the exception, not the norm.
I know. my experience.
Besides, that doesn't count because you still didn't have access to block game because it was behind the purple barrier.
It's a barrier that goes to Prime-list.
No, it's either mystery box or crystal related. Yeah, that's why you couldn't get the block game yet. This is what happens when you remember all your routing from like 7 years ago, and you had to plan around all that.
Shortcut.
Anyways,
World Original. Difficulty zone level 15. Level 23.
and then Decadence. I wanted to do Decadence because this is also going to be a hit. This is just a really good song. It's also a really good chart. But boy, is it going to be a pain in the butt to memorize. I should really go PG that.
Unbelievable! You are the best!
I should really go do that. I can definitely do that.
Game over!
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll play the next set and then I'm just gonna stop. Because we also plan on probably having somebody over and I just want to kind of chill. Because this is also kind of hurting a bit. Like, I haven't played seriously since Tuesday. I played a little bit at Tusa's. I played a little bit at Tusa's the other day, or yesterday. But the last time I had like any kind of actual session was Tuesday when I was playing 19s and getting that out. And then things happened, and was kind of not wanting to play for the rest of the week. So, things are kind of settled now. I won't go into details, just things are better. But also I haven't played seriously like any high level stuff for almost a week, so I have to make sure I pace myself properly. But hey, that's why we're playing stuff and making changes as needed. Honestly, looking at the song list, I have 3 SHK songs in the first set. I'm gonna take That out. I'm gonna replace those with something else, especially since I have enough stuff with slowdowns. I can take that out, I take Phantom Intermezzo out. I'll find replacements. I think Doubles is pretty solid where it is in terms of what to play, but I'm gonna rearrange some of those singles because I think that's too much to have 3 from the same artist in the first set. So let's play the rest of this out. So I'm actually going to be able to put in a remix Does this fit perfectly?
New tuning. Critical Zone Sync Remix.
Moonlight's actually quite good, but I've already got Numano as my 19, so I just probably want to find a replacement 20. I actually don't have a 17 in the list, so I might start bumping stuff down. Move Loki to the beginning of the next set and find a 17 to fill out the first set. I like Moonlight itself, but I kind of want to find like a more appealing song as a whole. Because I've already got some classical remix stuff.
I'm pretty sure Moonlight double showcased different showcase.
D24?
21,
I didn't do 21.
not you.
No. Anyways, let's play this. This one's really fun, but I also haven't played it in a while, so let's not get beat up. Needs more work, haven't played in a while.
Excellent! You did a really great job!
And like I said, we got enough slowdown stuff anyways. Or in the effects.
Next stage!
Something that really showcases like physical ability is generally going to be a better watch. Unless you're like Scooty and or Chardu and do a full open ITT like mod set, where the whole gimmick is about mods. But that's also not my thing, especially since the length those goes on for feels like too long. Because people generally don't really realize what they're actually looking at after a while. Anyways, I will have District V in there. I need to practice it more, but this is a good fit. And the chart's really not that hard. I just need to go for it. Now this song's actually been done, but not this chart.
We're at the original! Difficulty zone level 17.
The other way.
Level 24.
Yes, 22 was done. What would a pump showcase be without at least one Doan song, anyways? That, and I'm tired of playing Skeptic and Further for showcases.
And you're not playing Soul of Howard.
Huh.
You're not playing Soul, my god.
It's not really a good fit anywhere that I could fit.
It's okay. Actually, just upset.
Yeah. Like, I could have it in place of Decadence, but I think Decadence will be a little more fitting. Besides, we can talk about how is a 90 BPM song hard. This is how. That's something good to talk about. Just because it's slow doesn't mean it's easy.
Because something is fast doesn't mean it's hard.
I like how I'm better at the second half than the first half. Every time. Every freaking time.
Excellent!
It's technically an improvement.
Wow! New record!
It's technically an improvement. Yeah, like a lot of like hand music games, you can get the appeal from both the hand positioning and whatever the gimmick has for that game in particular. But dance games are so ingrained in being very physical and full body intensive, it's best to focus on that for a general showcase. I had a fun time with 2 of them, but yeah, it was like, what, an hour 40?
Yeah,
It did kind of drag.
it's a lot of the same if somebody does not play the game or knows those songs. It's just meshes all together after something.
Yeah, like an hour and a half is too much. An hour, I've always felt an hour was about the sweet spot for a music game showcase.
The last showcase of 40 minutes.
40 was okay, but it was not preferred. I wanted an hour, but we had to cut it down because of scheduling reasons. Originally, they wanted me to do 30, and I felt that was too short.
Yeah, 30 is more like rule this game exists.
Mm-hmm. I always feel like 40 minutes to an hour is about right. Like, we've done that for Citus being like 40 minutes to an hour, depending. And that has always felt about right. Yeah, and like, Dancy Game. Hit arrow when it reaches the top. That's pretty intuitive for most people. That's the long term.
Level 25.
I was about to say, how did I have a 997 on that? I would be amazed if I had a 997 on that. This is the child line. I guess it also just kind of appeals to a lot of people who like to look at things without actually playing them, which has kind of just been like a recurring thing in gaming these days.
Yeah, I like watching you play Doom.
Or Subterranean. No, you like playing Subterranean because you can at least spin around.
Spin and shoot, fun. That's all I get with Subterranean.
No, that's not true. You can also crash.
Yeah, and die. That takes.
I tried to do the Fef strat and look down, but it's more confusing that way.
Wow, fantastic!
Like, that would make a lot more sense
Next stage.
if the foot that was pivoting around was the dominant foot, but it's not. So it drags behind. So I get confused.
It's simple like that when I do shit.
Yeah, but you're not looking down at the pad to do it like I was trying to. Because I was hoping that was going to help me like anchor in. No, it doesn't help. Because I get more confused that way. So it's better to just do what I was doing before, just one hand, but keep looking at the screen and just make a hard pivot. At least we didn't fail. Like, we at least didn't fail. Here, I tell you what I'm probably going to do, honestly, for the singles. I'm going to replace one of those songs with either a full or a remix. Like a short full or a remix. Make it 9 songs instead and get some of that time back. Because I'm going to want more time to rest. Yeah, I'm very right foot dominant, so a lot of things where my left foot dominates or has to do a lot of work definitely is less controllable for me.
Level 25. Level 26. Over.
I don't think we can play full so
Well, that's why I put it earlier. Like, I could just move it to the beginning of, like, the second set. Yeah, like, I know the rules. And that's why we do practice. Anyways, this is gonna sound fucking great in the hallway. Like, this is gonna sound amazing in the hall.
I wonder if we can bring the tiki.
I wouldn't. Well, you know, since we did have the Kako and Pain Elemental, since Diggy's homemade,
Yeah,
we can probably have Diggy.
we can ask.
Yeah. of shape for that knee to work. Let's stop there.
Okay, let's go.
I got a month to get myself in shape, so we're gonna work at it. That's the goal.
Game over.
That is definitely the goal, is to pass. But I need to just go for it. I need to just really push that stair and then just go after that. But once I get off balance on that chart, it's pretty much over, and I need to be able to fix that. Which is why we're going to be playing this a lot. That being said, I'm going to stop there. So we're going to edit the singles portion of this showcase off camera. I've got somebody probably coming over later today, so I'm going to stop here and play with them, have some fun. So thank y'all for coming in. Appreciate everybody coming by. We'll try and also do this tomorrow too. At least something. If not this, we'll probably try and finish Deedly-Doo Carker. I don't know how much longer I have in that, but it'd be good to at least finish that. Anyways, let me see if I can find y'all the right target. I think I got somebody in mind, but we'll see. You know, Preventathon's still going right now. They're actually doing their Sonic block. So I'm going to send all over to Preventathon. They're raising money. Go have a fun time with them. Like I said, I'll try and be back tomorrow for either this, either Deedly-Doo Carker, or something else. But I think it's about time for lunch and chilling out before I do anything else. So I'm gonna head out. So thank y'all for watching. See y'all next time.